just done an amazing job with all of the graphic design work for this tournament. It looks so nice, and what a great way to capstone what Winners Finals is going to look like between Karna and Xillion.
Yeah, definitely one of the most talented artists that I have ever known in my life. Bringing out the best, but for some of the best matches that you're going to be seeing, from some of the best players that you got in the DFW area, at one of the best events in the area. Cinema, esports, invitational.
Yep. We're getting it on. I think we're still going to be best of 3 as we go along here. Now, best of 3 for the whole tournament. But you know what? Like I said, we got to just see these matches get through. It's Xillion, he's still, okay, for what it's worth, he got some damage. In the moment that Karna had the full Arsene, he might as well have, but what a call out from Karna to just keep holding it.
I'm just shocked at the audio there. It sounded like shotgun blasts.
It did.
Karna is doing his best, though. Oh my, the Arsene is almost gone. After the amount of damage that Xillion has applied?
If there's one thing Robin can do, it's put on damage and take stocks. That is what he is so good at doing. And Karna's having a little bit of trouble getting this next one. Spiked down a little bit by the L1, but thankfully for Karna, he is at that very low %.
Trying to chase high. Eventually, slippery by Xillion to roll behind. Karna gets off of the ledge. Jumping just above the Thoron, lands, gets the back throw. He's trying to go for that deep back air.
Wow, I can't believe he made it back. I keep forgetting how good Robin's recovery is in this game, dude.
Yeah, he does play a resource-based game, though. He's out of the Thunder books, and I believe out of the Fire as well. Maybe the Fire's back.
Now out of the 11th sword, though. Oh, and he gets killed by the reflection. A call out from Karna.
And again, you can activate that counter from really far away. It's not a super precise timing, but it is a very potent tool. And we're seeing the base boost coming through, recovering high so that you don't have to deal with any of that, but then Karna's able to punish the landing lag.
Xillion was stuck in a really bad situation there too, where he had to go on the platform to reduce the time he's helpless, but right now, still looking a little bit helpless as Karna racks on so much damage.
Gets the back air to call out Xillion, going for a low landing aerial, or maybe even an empty landing mix-up.
I'll see Karna trying to set up something on Xillion's recovery, but as long as he can keep chasing down the slow Robin, he might be able to pick up the stock.
11 Sword's finally back, so that might help him get off the ledge, but he has to get to the ledge first, and Karna's not even going to give him the luxury of being ledge trapped.
Not going to make it back at all. That dagger hits so hard when you're off stage. It has tons of base knockback to seal out the early stocks, and now Xillion once again in trouble. Great mix-up, but Karna's still able to react. Joker's so quick.
But eventually we see Xillion find the roll behind, punish the lag on those jabs, and he combos the Thoron off of the drip hitbox of the Fire.
And that's exactly something that he looks for when he gets that drip, is if he has that Thoron, he will throw it out anyways, because one of two things will happen. His opponent rolls on stage, probably gets hit by it, they jump up in time, or they get hit by the drip if they do nothing and try to wait it out, and that happens. Oh, but speaking of things that happen, that's not one you want to see.
And that's so frustrating with those guns. So he was holding the button, right, holding the B button as he went for the up special. And he held to the right so that he could drift to the right with that up special so that he could get to the ledge. And then he got hit by the gun, and it read his input as side B, and then he went for a Fire in the blast zone.
Yep.
One of the biggest changes that I'm hoping for in this game is they just lock out the buffer window after you get hit by those guns, because they force so many errors. We've seen them so often today.
Yeah.
It's just a really good edge guarding tool.
It's amazing. We've seen plenty of players forced into mistakes from them, and Karna's been taking full advantage of that. But we'll see how he does here in this game too, where like we said, this is where Xillion seems to be the most dangerous. Those adaptations come into play, but that was a pretty dominant victory from Karna in game 1, even though it was only a one-stock victory.
Right.
He's kind of in control the whole game.
It was definitely the pace being set by Karna that made it so scary. I mean, and Xillion took a commanding first stock as well, but Karna still controlled the pace.
Oh, speaking of controlling though, he's trying to get Xillion to recover the way that he wants to off stage. Great air dodge to come back though, and now he's got his feet planted firmly once again. And that's where Robin needs to be. We'll see him toss out a side B of his own to control the ledge, and all of a sudden, Karna's in trouble.
Ooh, barely catches the late hitbox to that back air.
Which, as you can see, does almost nothing.
Yeah, it's the hitbox stacking as well with the Fire was able to send him in a weird awkward hitbox.
Xillion's actually lucky he did not have 11th sword, otherwise he might have been dead.
11th sword, though, is almost all the way back return.
Tries to buy himself a little bit of time with those jabs. Karna, not quite going to be able to seal it out.
Ooh,
But what an edge guard. Well,
that was committal, but he, you know, he went on his own terms.
he sure did. And you know what? Most players will say they're proud of that. Ooh, that down gun, if Xillion had not had that nair ready, that down gun could have set up for upwards of like 50-60% for Karna offstage. You saw him do that, you know, in game 1. Now he's looking to even continue to build up this damage, just taking him platform to platform and continuing more damage.
And again, we're seeing Xillion just on the back foot. Karna controlling the pace. He's got the faster character. He's got all these hitboxes he can toss out.
Wow.
Now, fair drag down combos into the back air. We've seen that time and time again, mostly out of the Arsenless Joker from Karna. His base boosted back air, and he hits with the Aegon, sniping that fade out to try to avoid the back air.
Xillion taking that like a champion. Once again, though, Karna, one thing he's so good at is playing one step ahead. Not necessarily being ahead of his opponent, but he knows where they're going to be next, and that's where you see him. He overshoots a lot, and it's got him a decent lead here in game 2.
Landing fair again, combos a little bit. Only 9% for his trouble, but he is still chasing down the defense of Xillion.
Ooh, not patient enough to get around that Arc Thunder, though. Does get tagged. Now Xillion's just got to get that confirmed. Easily done for him, and we're down to last stock, and also an even game.
That's down throw, doesn't quite find a conversion. Great DI from Xillion to find the pressure.
That's what I've wanted to see from Xillion this whole game, is when he's landing, not to hold forward and press a button, but to back up a little bit, let Karna take some stage, but make sure that your safety comes above all else.
Oh,
he eats that. It's Xillion that landed the down air, although it was on stage, so Karna lives, but by the skin of his teeth.
My goodness, that was a freeze frame that gave me a heart attack nearly.
That dropped my jaw to the table.
You see Karna still in the game, of course, down throw, almost converts into the back air. He's really threatening this back air. Xillion has to spend so much time, goes really high, hoping that the Arsene does run out, but it doesn't.
My gosh, and he wanted to land on the platform. Very lucky that Karna ended up misspacing, but the back air is going to be enough to seal it out. The edge guards were just there the entire time for Karna, as he will go on to grand finals.
Goodness, spent so much of his time off stage, almost off camera most of the time, pressuring his opponents with that back air. The little dagger swipe is really potent tool to get the edge guarding, keep the opponents off the stage.
That thing just kills so early when you're off stage, because like I said, not a lot of knockback growth on that move.
But the base is
Plenty of base knockback to get you killed.